No, I don't, JP, because I think that if you look at this season through the big picture lens, Justin Fields' development is the most important thing that is going to happen for the Bears in 2021. And so I think there has to be a weekly focus on where the progress is being made. The Bears lost a game last week. They only scored 14 points. Those are two disappointing developments. But the fact that your rookie quarterback is showing strides and showing obvious signs of growth and being able to do things within your offense that show he's heading in the right direction is important for this team. Look, the two scoring drives featured some very impressive plays from the young quarterback, plays that you can go back to and say, look, you're capable of this. You can make this play. You can make this read. You can be on time and in rhythm with these throws. Now you just have to make sure that the 5 drives in between those 2 touchdown drives aren't 4 punts and an interception, right? The Bears have to do this more consistently. They have to make sure that they can score in the 20s in the 2021 version of the NFL. They haven't shown they can do that. That's a problem. But Fields' continued growth is something that everybody should keep their eyes on every single week.
Can the Bears find a way to run the football against the NFL's top-ranked rushing defense and keep Tom Brady off the field drinking Gatorade?
Look, man, this rushing defense, JP, is as strong of a rushing defense as you're going to find. You know as well as anyone that if you don't have holes to run through, it's a long day for the running back. And so you need to do 2 things to establish the run. You have to be very strong and physical and tone setting as an offensive line, and you have to keep the game in reach, right? You can't be behind 2 or 3 scores. Both of those things are going to be monumental challenges against the Buccaneers team that can score. And as you mentioned, that front 7, man, this is really, really hard to look at when you're watching video of the Bucs through a Bears lens. You've got guys up front in Vea and Sue and Golston who are going to be stuffing the run all game long. You've got 2 linebackers in Levante David and Devin White who fly around as well as anyone in the league. You got guys on the edge, you know, in JPP and Shaq Barrett that make life difficult for you. And so, man, I don't know that the Bears are going to be able to establish the run the way they have the last 3 weeks. And so they're going to have to find other answers in their bag of tricks. I just don't know that there are many.
Well, a lot has happened since the Bears defense held Tom Brady and the Bucs to 1 touchdown and 4 field goals in that win last year at Soldier Field. What do they have to do this year that they did last year to find a way to kind of recreate that same theme on Sunday?
I hate to tell you this, but what they have to do is move the game up to Thursday so that Tom Brady's on a short week. They have to make sure that he's not playing with his full complement of weapons like he had last year. They have to make sure that they can make him forget the downs like they did a year ago. Look, last year is a distant memory, as you mentioned. Tom Brady was in the early stages of his development within that offense. He came into Soldier Field that week on a very short week on a Thursday night without Leonard Fournette, without LaShawn McCoy, without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin. You know, he was without O.J. Howard. They were missing so many pieces to what they do.
So when you look at this game, how do you see it playing itself out? Do the Bears have a chance on Sunday?
I hate to do this, JP, but I think this is going to be the Bears' 4th loss of the season. I see no way that they can keep themselves within reach. The Buccaneers are averaging close to 33 points a game. The Bears haven't proven that they can get past 20 on a consistent basis whatsoever. So you're going to be in a chase game inside the pirate ship there in Tampa, and you're going to have to find ways to be explosive offensively. This offense hasn't shown it can do so. Obviously, we talked about the run-stopping ability of the Buccaneers defense as well. This has the potential, JP, if this game becomes lopsided, to be one of those games in a season that has a chance to send your season spiraling, right? Because it is going to bring up some friction within that locker room and some worries about where the season is headed. And so the Bears, I don't see them winning this game, but they have to find a way to make sure it isn't an embarrassment. They have to make sure that it doesn't become a disaster like that game in Cleveland was a month ago. And so it's a very, very pivotal game, not just from a win-loss perspective, but from a respectability perspective. And they're going to have to find ways to keep it close enough to keep the morale in the building high enough to keep the ship afloat.